everybody. So before I went live, it was scoot back some, so I like tilted the camera down. And then when I went live, it like zoomed in. Sorry about the awkward angle. Hey guys, my name is Lindsay. I am with Perfectly Pastry. Who is Perfectly Pastry? I'm so glad you asked. Oh, I don't put my phone on silent. We local bakery in the St. Louis area. We also do wholesale, and we have a whole website dedicated to helping other bakers and other bakery business owners help grow their own bakery businesses. Yeah, so we're all about sharing because sharing is caring. If you guys are watching me live, use a heart. Let me know you're watching me live. If you're watching me on replay, use hashtag replay. And if this is the first time you've ever actually caught me live, well, thank you. I'm so happy you caught me live. Use the number one. Let me know, hey, it's the first time I actually have caught you live. I appreciate all of you guys. How are we doing today? Today is going great. It's so exciting to think that Easter's this weekend. I know you're thinking like, what's so exciting about that? The thing that I think about when I'm like, oh, it's Easter. Oh, it's April. I'm so excited. It's not all the birthdays that are in April because like my entire husband's family's in April. My sister's birthday's in April. My niece's birthday's in April. That's neither here nor there. I'm super excited because after April comes May, and with May, that means my nieces are coming down to visit me for the summer, so I'm really excited about that. My nieces come down usually about mid-May and stay with me until the end of June, and then we head back up north to see our family. So if you guys stop by the shop in July, I will be there. Yeah, woo. I'm hoping to be able to do a few of my lives from there. I know last year I like flaked out on you guys, not gonna lie. I like flaked out and didn't do my lives because I was like hanging with my mom and my sister, and we were like kids, and we were doing all these things. But now that I'm going to have to be in the shop, now that we have a retail space, I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent this time with my lives. So we'll see how that goes. I saw that you guys absolutely loved the bacon maple and the Gouda bacon scones this past weekend. We got such great feedback from you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love the feedback. We love hearing all of those things from you guys. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's actually the end of the month, and our numbers are rolling in, and we did so phenomenal last month. We want to thank all of you guys because without you, we could not do the things that we do, and so thank you. It doesn't matter if you purchased or liked or shared or watched lives or commented, whatever you guys did, it helps us, and we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so very much. I have an announcement. It seems like we have a new favorite muffin in the house. Woo, woo. Yes, I did say muffin. Seriously, the peach cobbler muffin is outselling all of our other muffins. Doesn't matter if it's the traditional blueberry muffins that people love so much about us. Our peach cobbler muffins are like blowing that out of the water. If you have not stopped by already and gotten one, I highly, highly suggest you guys do it. They're flying off the shelves. We can't keep them in stock. People are like, oh no, you're out. I loved it. I had one. I want to have another one. So they are going over really, really well. It's a great time to roll out peach. My mom almost waited to roll the peach out a little bit longer. She's like, it's such a fun spring flavor. I can't wait to roll it out. She's like, maybe I'll hold off. And she didn't realize she had already put peaches on her like grocery order. So like she had already put it in and everything. I was like, it was destiny. We were supposed to roll out our peach muffins. And obviously it was because you guys are just eating them up like crazy. No pun intended. So that is so awesome. I love seeing the feedback. I love seeing people be like, oh, these are so good. I love hearing about that. It's amazing when you guys give us that feedback. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if you know this, but we have a book club. Yes, it is for girls. It's a girls club. Yes, it's for female entrepreneurs. We read a book each month. We talk about it. We try to apply that either to our personal life or our business or just grow in some way with that information. Last month we read a book. The name of that book is, I have it pulled up here. Why didn't anybody tell me this schnitzel? It's not what it says. It says SH and a little star. Before, Wit and Wisdom from Women in the Business. That was our book last month. And I had to say, I'm a little bummed. I actually didn't finish the book. I wasn't a huge fan of it. If you're looking for something like that, I did put the link to be able to go and like check it out in the description. But personally, I didn't really like it, and my team really did not like it. I put it down after such a high vibe book that we read in February. This book was great because it like talks about like not letting your struggles like keep you down. But I went from a book that was like totally high vibe to you can do this. It can be easy. There's nothing that has to be hard to Oh, it was so hard, but I overcame. And I'm not about that whole overcame vibe. I'm like, I don't want to have to think that I have to struggle and life has to be so hard before I can be successful. Like, it was a lot of that. And so I was a little bummed by the book. So I don't personally recommend it, but if you're interested, that is the book. It is in the description. You're more than welcome to read it. However, we've got a new quarter coming up. That means we rolled out the next 3 books that we're going to be reading. I did drop those down in the description along with a link to the book club. So if you want to join the book club, click on the Facebook link and join it. We meet every month on Zoom and talk about the books that we read. We're going to be talking about Never Lose a Customer Again, Turn Any Sale into Lifelong. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Obviously, my glasses need to be stronger. Any Sale into Lifelong Loyalty in 100 Days. It's something that I'm reading for another project that I'm working on. And so I'm also going to be reading it, obviously, for my business. And so we're going to talk about it. I really enjoy the book a lot. I'm almost done with it. It was a really good book. So I know the month technically hasn't started and I'm already ahead of my book, but that's okay. So I'm really excited for the rest of my team to dig into it. I have been generating some ideas to put into place to help grow the business. So I'm really excited about that because, I told you before, I'm a nerd. The next book was suggested to me by my husband. He gets so mad at me because, he knows I love to read and he always suggests books. He suggested Game of Thrones to me. And I put it off forever. And I think my mom ended up reading it first and she was like, oh my gosh, you have to read Game of Thrones. So I picked it up and my husband's like, how come every time I recommend something, you won't read it? Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner. He suggested all of these and I wouldn't read them until somebody else suggested them to me. I know I'm kind of like that. So he actually suggested this book to me a long time ago. And then I had a meeting a couple of weeks with another business owner and he suggested this book to me and I had actually heard it through the grapevine a couple of other times and I was like, all right, I'm putting it on the list. Obviously, I'm supposed to be reading this book. It's called Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as If Your Life Depended on It. I can't remember because I didn't look it up before I got on, so there's that. He's either an ex-CIA or ex-FBI and he used to do a bunch of negotiating and stuff like that. So it's all about negotiating. So I'm really excited to read that one. And then the last one we're going to be reading is The Atomic Habits, an Easy and Proven Way to Build Good Habits and Break Bad Ones. I see people talk about that book all the time. I feel a book I never read, Girl Wash Your Face. I feel that was a huge one that people talked about. I really should put that on my list. So if you're interested in any of those books, you can definitely join our Facebook group, hop on, chat with us about the books. We love talking about it. I love breaking apart books because I'm a total nerd like that. But if you're just looking for some books in general, you can definitely click on the link below. In the description, I put the books that we're going to be reading. If you're interested in joining us, we would love to have you. So yes, I was very bummed about that last book. I'd never, nobody suggested it to me. I just went on the top 100 books you should read for your business and I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I like books with cuss words. It was okay. So there you go. Don't judge a book by the cuss words in the title. There you go. That's the moral of the story. Yes. Anyway, so if you guys are interested in joining up to that, click on the link, join our Facebook group. Also, I am going to finally get back to what I had done before. So I had a newsletter that I sent out to you guys every single month, letting you know where we're going to be, what products we had, gave you baking tips, recipes, this whole thing. And I loved doing it. And then we started our retail space. I'm talking a lot, so I'm thirsty. So we started a retail space and I totally got away from doing the newsletter, which was back in November. I am bringing the newsletter back. I told myself, you are doing this. You love that newsletter. You need to do it. So I'm going to be doing it. It usually rolls out the first of the month, which means I have to write it tonight to get it out by tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but I'm definitely going to have it out for next month. And definitely by May, I'm going to start getting back into that. So the newsletter is going to just share with you products we have going in the store, just a little bit about us, how you can order us, what events we might be doing. We share recipes, which are also shared on our blogs. We share baking tips, which, by the way, I share every Thursday when I'm not a slacker. I've been trying to remember to do my Did You Knows on Thursday. So we share all that information and we deliver it to your inbox every single month. So if you're interested in that, I am going to start that back up. I did put the link in the description so that you can sign up for our newsletter and just keep up with what's going on. Not everybody can catch my live every single week. I totally get that. Maybe you just are like, girl, tell me once a month what's going on. I can't follow you every single week. I just want to know what's what. Hop on. I will definitely let you know because I'm going to be doing that again. Yes, I put it out there, and that means I know how to do it, right? Exactly. So the link is in the description for you guys to sign up. It is the last day of March, which means tomorrow is April Fool's. I love April Fool's Day. I love it. And then I discovered my kids don't. So my middle child, she's super quirky. So if you ever met my middle child, you know this about her. I love her dearly, but she's like a quirk central. Okay. Like, yes, obviously I'm quirky. I'm her mom. She's super quirky. And so like I came into my room last night because she snuck out of her bed. And when I went to bed last night, she was in my bed and she had this like notebook and pen next to her. First of all, this girl hates writing. So I'm actually super glad about this project she started, but like she hates writing. Like I can't get her to write. The teachers can't get her to write. Like, I don't know what we're going to do for state testing. This girl hates writing. And so I noticed she had been telling me she's going to start creating a desires diary. That's not what she called it. A wishes diary. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. So what did I do? I'm not going to lie. I was totally nosy. And I read, like, what's her wishes, right? Oh, I'm like, oh, so cute. And I was really disheartened. She's like, I wish my mom wouldn't pull April Fool's pranks on us. I was like, girl, you just broke my heart. Like, it's my favorite thing to do. So she hates pranks. She likes to watch pranks, but she doesn't like pranks to be pulled on her. She doesn't like tricks. She doesn't like jokes. She hates when you play a joke on her. Like, back in the day when they had that joke where you, like, pretend like a kid is invisible. You, like, put the blanket up and then you drop it and you, like, pretend they're invisible. And you're like, where'd they go? Where'd they go? And they're, like, sitting right there. And they're like, I'm right here. And you're like, I can't find you. Where are you? My husband's, this is kind of a weird one. So it's my husband's cousin's husband. So cousin-in-law? Yeah. Anyway, so he was like, oh, we should do this to Madeline. And I was like, okay, I'm going to forewarn you. Like, she hates pranks. She hates jokes. She's not going to like that. And he's like, oh, it'll be so funny. Like, she absolutely loves him. So he thought, oh, it'll be fine. I promise, it'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, dude, you do it. But I'm letting you know she's going to be mad. Guess what? She was so mad. She was like crying. She was like, how dare you? Like, she hates jokes. That's the whole point of the story. Yes. So she hates jokes. And she obviously hates when I pull April Fool's pranks on them, which is such a bummer. Like when I drew all over their face while they were sleeping, and then I like Snapchat recorded it, so like, and I posted it on my stories, and you can like see the progression as I like my kids woke up while I was doing it. My one daughter's like catches my hand and she's like, stop drawing on my face. And then the next day, like I was so tired and I fell asleep, and then they drew on my face and put a bunch of stamps on my face while I was napping for Easter. Yeah, it was funny. And I've like dyed the milk green and I've done all these things. And then last year I created chocolate covered Brussels sprouts. My oldest caught on because for whatever reason she turned him over. I'm like, what? You don't trust me? What the heck? Yeah, so she totally busted me. And then we tried to trick Madeline, my middle child, and she was very frustrated with me. So then it's in her wish book, like, that I don't pull pranks on her. So now I'm like torn, like, do I pull pranks on her? Does that mean me to even be thinking, like, do I pull pranks on her? I just, not like I do anything major. Like, one year I just put, like, food coloring on the sink faucet. So, like, when they turn on the water to wash their hands, it was blue water. Like, that's not bad. I dyed the milk green. Like, how terrible is it the milk is green? And she, like, hates them. I'm like, ugh. So, I think what I'm going to do, this is why I'm such a mean mom. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her help me prank the other two because they don't mind being pranked. At least I say that because obviously I didn't know my middle child hated it. So I think they don't mind being pranked. So I think I'm going to have my middle child help me prank my oldest and my youngest. So this ought to be interesting. I'll have to let you guys know how it goes. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I think I want to put shaving cream in my eldest hand and then like tickle her nose and like have her do that number. And maybe I'll just like dye the milk green or something for my younger kiddo so that, you know, she doesn't freak out on me. Obviously, I'm ruining my kids, right? Anyway, so the whole point of that is if you're like, oh, my kids are cool. I want to prank my kids. I have created 2 videos before. One of them showing you exactly how to make the chocolate covered Brussels sprouts that I made last year for my kids. I dropped that link in the description. I also gave like 10 prank ideas for you to pull in your kids last year. And then I created a YouTube video. So I put both of those links down in the description. So if you want some simple, fun, easy
easy ways to prank your kids if your kids are cooler than my kids. Check out the links in the description and go and watch those and have fun with your kids, because my kids have like nixed the pranks, obviously. So anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. You guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Just so you know, we are open this weekend for Easter. There is a few more days left if you want to get your order in for your cinnamon rolls. If you're looking for like a take and bake cinnamon rolls, we will have those available for you this weekend. We will be open both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday so that you can grab tasty treats for your Easter celebration. If you guys are watching me live, you should be liking and following me on Facebook. If Facebook's not your jam, that's totally understandable. You should be following us on all other social media. Facebook is the only one that we are at Perfectly Pastry Bakery. All the other social media, we are at Perfectly Pastry. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop off. You guys have a wonderful Easter, and we will see you guys back here next week. Thank you, guys.